I can't comprehend. It doesn't make logical sense. It's this idea that the Kansas City Chiefs are the supervillain of the NFL. So, as the head coach of the Colorado Buffaloes, primetime Deion Sanders says, "Give me my theme music." On this week's edition of Carving Out the Context, the Kansas City Chiefs are going for the first three-peat in the history of the Super Bowl. Heck, they're the first team ever. They've already made history to win back-to-back Super Bowls and then make a third. That's never been done before. The 1990 49ers came that close, but there was a fumble late in the game. The Giants ended up winning that game and ended up winning that Super Bowl on the Buffalo Bills missed kick there at the end. Forgetting the kicker's name. I don't know. It's escaping my memory at this moment in time. Bills fans, you tell me. But there's this notion, narrative, whatever you want to call it, that the Kansas City Chiefs are some sort of villain. And listen, I don't want to use the same as to be like, oh, the poor, pitiful Chief. I don't want to do that. But I would just ask the question, on what basis, other than they just win a lot, do you not like the Kansas City Chiefs? I don't even say you got to be a fan of them or even pull for them in the Super Bowl. But, I mean, hate them vitriol, with a true vitriol, like we've seen with other villain teams in the past. So, do we have, I know we have short memories here, forgetting America and society and the social media age and whatnot, but are we still old enough to remember that people talking about, oh, they're worse than the Patriots. I couldn't stand the Patriots. The Chiefs are even worse. We do remember that the New England Patriots were routinely involved in cheating scandals. Not clips on the internet, which I'll get to the refs in just a second, not clips on the internet of a bad miss holding call in the second quarter that you think impacted the outcome of the game. No. Like actual cheating scandals. Listen, I've been on this since Carving It Up started, and I've been right in the long run as more information has come out. Deflategate was a sham in every way, shape, and form. Don't have the time getting into it today, but Mike Florio of Pro Football Talk detailed it perfectly in a book I highly recommend, Playmakers. Highly recommend the book. He detailed why Deflategate was absolute BS. Brady should not have been blamed for that. Belichick should have been blamed for that. Blame Mother Nature. I rest my case. But as recently, folks, as 5 seasons ago, the New England Patriots were found videotaping the signal calling of the Cincinnati Bengals on the sidelines. They lost a 2021 third-round draft pick and were fined $1.1 million. That was a half decade ago, folks. This was before Kansas City won, or actually, sorry, this was the year Kansas City won their first Super Bowl. This is not very long ago that the Patriots were involved with such scandalous acts. Not only that, but Bill Belichick, listen, he's become kind of likable now since he's gone to the media. Now he's with North Carolina. He's going to have to be likable as a college football recruiter. But Bill Belichick played into the villain role. Heck, he looked like Emperor Palpatine. He just did. You see the side by side; it's unbelievable. But just the gruff press conferences on a Cincinnati, and then I remember he was asked about something when they were playing the Seattle Seahawks. He just kept saying Seattle. We're on Cincinnati. Not the most likable human being in the world. Andy Reid is the most lovable. Like, he's on the State Farm commercials. Bundle Ruski. Everybody loves Andy Reid. And then the quarterbacks, the other face of the dynasty, Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady. And I love Tom. I love me some Tom Brady. That's my guy. The greatest ever. Tom Brady looks like Prince Charming. And he, for a time, was married to the most successful supermodel in the world. There's going to be some jealousy. I'm not faulting Tom or Giselle for that, but I want them to be successful and everybody to be successful, but there's going to be some jealousy that comes with that. A couple that looks that good and makes that much money, duh. Patrick Mahomes married his high school sweetheart. And listen, she can be at times extreme with some of her actions during the games. But listen, aren't every single one of us as fans? Now, she's the wife of the quarterback, so that's different. But aren't we all as fans a little emotional, to say the very least, when things are going well or not going well for our teams? So the whole I just don't like how they go about their business. I don't know. Reed's pretty lovable and Mahomes pretty lovable. Brady, again, just is Brady outside of how he came into the NFL is not necessarily the most relatable guy in the world. And I like, again, I love Tom Brady, love the guy. The second aspect of it is the whole again, the refs thing. So what we have with the Chiefs is calls, be it against, the two calls in the Bills game, which I think certainly the first one I 100% think was the correct call, the Xavier Worthy catch. That is a catch all day long. Had enough control of the ball in the tie-up, survived the ground. That's a catch. The second of which being the Josh Allen play. I thought Josh Allen got the first down, but anybody acting like it was just obvious or it's a disingenuous take to have. Whether it be the roughing the passer calls against the Houston Texans and a host of other games where people are like, oh, the fix is in, the refs are in the back for the Chiefs. We do remember, right? Like 3 weeks ago, wild card round, Buffalo Bills and Denver Broncos. Remember Bill Vinovich? Ref goes to the sidelines and kind of whispers something in Josh Allen's ear. Now, I'm certainly in no way implying that Josh Allen, the refs have something, cooking behind the scenes in no way, shape, or form. But if that was Patrick Mahomes on the sideline, what do you think they're going to say? What do you think they're going to say on Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, everywhere? And by the way, Patrick Mahomes, 16th in the NFL in terms of roughing the passer penalties called against. Josh Allen, numero uno. And how many times, by the way, when Tom Brady played, would they call roughing the passer? People would be like, oh, they barely touched him. This is ridiculous. So the refs thing is just not founded in reality. Even Goodell addressed it today. He was like, yeah, it's a crazy thing for people to believe. And Goodell doesn't speak in terms like that. So that's number 2. Number 3, and I think this is the thing, the non-football aspect of it that I still can't justify or understand is I don't like the Kansas City Chiefs because the second best player in the dynasty dates a woman I don't like. Travis Kelce is in a very serious relationship with Taylor Swift. So I want to understand that. And I've done multiple segments. I did a ton of segments last year and got a lot of praise, pushback, all of it on Taylor Swift. That what don't you like about her? What don't you like? She's never been in trouble. She is a role model, a stand-up individual, visits sick kids in hospitals, people don't even know the stuff that Taylor does behind the scenes, the untold amount of money she gives to I think she gives a lot of money to truck drivers, if I'm not mistaken, to different organizations that are great causes, helping a lot of people. A lot of this is done behind the scenes, and she's happy. She seems to enjoy life. She is, and you say, well, she's successful. How many successful people have we seen that are just internally conflicted or deal with their own personal demons? No drugs. Oh, she had a bunch of boyfriends. Yeah, okay. Who doesn't at that age and what profession she's in? If that's the biggest mark on somebody, they've dated a lot of people. You're going to have to add a whole lot of people to that list. Taylor's not exactly unique in that regard. So Taylor, by all account, they show her like 4 times a game for like 3 seconds. High-fiving or celebrating when her boyfriend scores a touchdown when the Chiefs do something good. Oh, just stop the presses. I can't stand this person. And so it's, if you don't like the Kansas City Chiefs because they win a lot, okay. That's usually how sports dynasties work, in the sense, it's why I say dynasties are great for sports. A team wins a lot, everybody's like, man, they've won too much. I want somebody else to win. Right? When the Patriots were winning, we wanted I don't know if we wanted the Eagles to win, but we wanted the Giants to win. We wanted the Atlanta Falcons to win, or the Seahawks, or whatever. When the Warriors were in the finals, we wanted Cleveland to win, and they did. We wanted Toronto to win. Well, I didn't want any of these teams to win because I'm a Warriors fan, but people wanted the Toronto Raptors to win. People rooted against the American team to win the non-American team to win the finals against the Golden State Warriors because we were tired of the Warriors winning. We were tired of Alabama wins too much. UConn back in the day won too much. I'm sure at some point it may get to a point where South Carolina women's basketball, oh, I'm tired of Don Staley and the Gamecocks winning all these national championships. That's just how dynasties work. If that's why you don't like the Chiefs, it tracks with history. But if you don't like them for the other reasons, if you don't like them because of the girlfriend of one of their players who's entirely unproblematic, who is a role model citizen, if you don't like them because, that I just don't like how they go about their business. I don't know. Belichick was kind of shady, and I'm being generous. He was extremely shady. Andy Reid, not in the slightest. Everybody loves Andy Reid. Even people who don't like the Chiefs. I love Andy Reid. Patrick Mahomes, relatable guy. He is, for a number of reasons. And then the whole refs thing, I don't know. The Patriots were involved in literal cheating scandals. And take out Deflategate because that was BS. The rest of them, though? Come on now. I mean, the NFL stripped draft picks from this team multiple times over the course of 20 years because they did some shady stuff behind the scenes. So the whole villains thing, I don't get it. I really don't get it. And I think it's, I'll tell you, kind of open a can of worms because Travis Kelce set a new heights with his brother Jason. We kind of embrace the whole villain thing. The fact that, we used to be to a degree, not the lovable losers, but we were the underdog team. We hadn't won in 50 years, and we win a Super Bowl, and everybody's like, oh, good for Andy Reid, and oh, here's this young guy, Patrick Mahomes, and Travis Kelce's the fun-loving tight end. I don't know. It really doesn't make much sense. Thanks so much for watching the show on YouTube, and be sure to go click that big red subscribe button and check out the other clips and full shows from Carving It Up Live, as well as our other incredible content creators here on the Grid Network.